Okay, if we're going to do something stupid, I guess we might as well go hard, right? So, I wrote these stories, 12 Blackened Petals. There were several other stories involved with 12 Blackened Petals, and those wound up being 4 novels. I was working on the 5th and the 6th novel by the time I kind of stepped away. I loved writing those stories. I think that they were probably some of the best work I've ever created in my life. At the time, I was producing audio for the stories, so basically like an audiobook, but I was backing it with theatrical soundtracks and sound effects. And I had decided I wanted to release this in a podcast format and get it out every week. The idea was to build a consistent following, get behind the stories, use that leverage for advertising and whatever else may come. I had no idea. That didn't work out too fucking well. So by the time it was all said and done, 3 years had passed. I had amassed 320 followers, and I wasn't growing. Like, I was seriously not growing. It was difficult. I was getting 1 new follower every 2 to 4 weeks, if I was lucky. I was on every major podcasting platform there was. I was out there. I was really out there, and the quality of my work was great. It wasn't like I was putting out shit stuff. It was really, really good, and the people that would actually give the story a chance loved it. That's neither here nor there. I don't want to get into the past. When I left that, I decided I was going to do photography, and that is something that I'm still avidly pursuing. I'm still going after that. No questions asked. I don't know. I love it. You can make really dope imagery really, really fast. I especially love portraits, and I really love photo manipulation. It's something that I kind of have always done since the beginning. Anyway, so I've been thinking recently that it seems like such a waste to let those stories just die, right? Yeah, I'm gonna keep on writing them, and yeah, I'm gonna finish producing audiobooks for them, and then what? They're just gonna die on Amazon? I can't have that happening. That story is way too freaking epic. So, thus begins this brand new adventure. And like I say, if we're gonna do something stupid, let's go big, right? The kind of, here, hold my beer, go big. One of the things that I wanted to accomplish with this grandiose idea that I have, is I want to make sure that I'm conveying this story in the best way possible and to be able to give it imagery. So here's what we're gonna do. 12 Blackened Petals is gonna get renamed. I'm gonna call it The Most Amazing Story Ever. And yes, no one else has that name. I got it. The Most Amazing Story Ever. I thought somebody else would have it. No, I got it. The Most Amazing Story Ever is going to be told in Gospels. So instead of it being so the books were 12 Blackened Petals, the Gospel of Sam, Book 1, and then I would have this side story. So I think they're all going to just fall under this guise of The Most Amazing Story Ever, and they're just going to be different Gospels to this major story. That having been said, the audio's not enough. Now, I have enough audio currently that if I released 1 episode a week, I could go for 2 years without having to actually create any new audio, which is a fantastic thing, because that leaves me to focus on what I really want to do with the story. I really want to put some imagery to this. Now, if you were a fan of 12 Blackened Petals, you know that I always had just super dope, sick, wicked imagery when I had the chance to do it. But I was always so consumed by producing the audio that I couldn't do what it is that I wanted to do with the imagery. Well, now I've got some photography chops under my belt, and the past 4 months has been far more educational than, 3-4 years of fiddling around with photography. So I got some people on board, and we're gonna try to make some imagery. Now, my main goal is to make 1 scene from each chapter. Sometimes I'll get a wild hair up my butt and make 2 or 3, but I want to make at least 1 scene from each chapter. Now, think about that. I have enough episodes to last for 2 years. It's 104 weeks. And by the time that 104 weeks rolls around, I will probably have another 30 weeks in the can. So what we're talking about here is, upwards of 400 or 500 images when we're done. Now, like I say, if you're gonna go big, fucking go big. Like, hold my beer, we're gonna do this. This is gonna actually be one of the more complex projects I've actually taken on in my life. I think this will be tougher than writing the books. Certainly tougher than creating audio episodes, but I don't think this is going to be as soul-sucking and time-consuming as trying to produce an audio episode every week. I can batch shoot photos, shoot multiple scenes at once. And I'm really fast with the computers. So here we go. I guess we're gonna get started. And I'm happy to bring you guys along for this tour. So the most amazing story ever. Let's fucking do it. I'm excited. I need whiskey. Oh look, whiskey. Something tells me I'm gonna need a lot more of this.